Hello, everyone. Can you see me okay? Um, okay. I hope everyone can see me okay. My name is Chris Haughton, and I'm an illustrator and author. And that means I uh, write and draw the pictures for picture books. So I've done 5 picture books already. Um, and today I'm going to be reading my newest one, Don't Worry Little Crab, and I'm going to be doing some drawings as well. So I hope you can join me. Just all you need is pencil or whatever crayon or whatever drawing things you prefer, and a bit of paper. Um, so yeah, I'm going to quickly, if you don't know my books, I'm just going to show you my books here. This is Don't Worry Little Crab, my latest one. And what else have I got? This one is called Good Night, Everyone, about sleepy bears who go to sleep. This is Oh No George, which is about a very naughty dog. I actually have George here. Uh, and who is left alone in his house with his owner, and or the owner leaves George alone, and George makes a terrible mess. This one is called A Bit Lost by a little lost owl, and this is Shh, We Have a Plan. So I'm going to read Don't Worry Little Crab, and then I'm going to show you some of the artwork that I made while I was making this, so that you can see. But I'm just going to start to read with this one. So, starts off in the sea. And with all of my books, actually, I like, my favorite animal is a squirrel. And so I always hide a squirrel in all of my books. So if anyone can see the squirrel hidden somewhere in this book, I'll give you a clue that it's on this page. There's only one tree in the whole book. Let's see. And can you see the squirrel there climbing up the tree? So that's how I got the squirrel into a book about the sea. And then you can see little crab and very big crab in their rock pool, and we can also see the sea. So here is little crab and very big crab live in a tiny rock pool. Can you see them? And there's some little fish here too. There we go. Today they're off to the sea. This is going to be so great, says little crab. There we are. They go tick-a-tack, over the rocks. They go splish splash, across the pools, and squelch through the slimy, slippery seaweed. I can go anywhere, says little crab. Finally, they get to the very edge. Here we are, says very big crab. The sea. Oh, says little crab. What do you think of the sea? Look, it looks pretty scary for a little crab. Very big waves. I think I'd be pretty scared if I was a little crab. Going to a sea as big as that. Maybe it's better we don't go in the sea, says little crab. Don't worry, says very big crab. It'll be okay. But the waves are getting bigger. Look, a huge wave. Here it comes. So here, maybe there's a giant wave coming. So maybe we can all practice taking a big breath. So we're going to get hit by the wave. So if we all hold on tight and we hold our breath like this, and we're going to go in, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Here it comes. Whoosh. There we go. That was a big wave, wasn't it? My goodness. I think we've had enough of the sea now, says Little Crab. Let's just go a little bit further, says Very Big Crab. I think you'll like it. But the waves keep getting bigger and bigger. Another one. Hold tight. Here it comes. Look at this wave, look. Uh-oh. So you ready? We're going to hold our breath. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. That was an even bigger one. My goodness. I don't think I like the sea, says Little Crab. Maybe we should go home. Don't worry, Little Crab, says Very Big Crab. I'm here, come. Just a few more steps. Look, poor Little Crab. It's not too happy. Little Crab takes a step. Then another. Until... I think she's in the sea. I'm in the sea, says Little Crab. But then they see an enormous wave. Uh-oh. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Ready? Asks Very Big Crab. Little Crab nods. They take a deep breath. Is everybody ready? Ready? Here it comes. Ready? Whoosh. They're underneath the sea, under the waves. Down, down, down they go. Look, Little Crab. Look at all the fish, look. All the beautiful fish. Everyone comes to say hello. My name is Little Crab, says Little Crab. Little Crab's got, look at all these little friends. A little shrimp and a hermit crab and a little blue crab. They eat delicious seaweed. They run all across the sea floor. There they are, look. The little hermit crab is trying to catch up. And they have a giant game of hide and seek. Can you see the shrimp? Let's see. Very well hidden. There we go. I love the sea, says Little Crab. Yes, but it's time to go home now, says Very Big Crab. What? I really don't want to go home, says Little Crab. Well, how about we go the long way home, says Very Big Crab. Can we go up this way? says Little Crab. Look at that. Looks very beautiful up there, doesn't it? That looks exciting. I think you can go anywhere, says Very Big Crab. And off they went. There we go. So that's the story of Don't Worry Little Crab. I'm going to show you some of the artwork that I used to make Don't Worry Little Crab. Oh, first of all, before I forget, tomorrow, my friends Ollie and Kim have made this amazing puppet show of Don't Worry Little Crab, and it's coming out tomorrow. So I'll be posting it on my Facebook page, but it's going live on YouTube on the Little Angel YouTube page. So Little Angel are this fantastic children's theatre in London, and they've been making some amazing things while everyone is in lockdown, all made out of cardboard and things that you may be able to make yourselves at home. They made a brilliant series of John Classen's I Want My Hat Back. There's a series of 3 books. They made all of those in cardboard, and it's fantastic. So I can't wait to show you Don't Worry Little Crab, all made out of recycled things that you might find in your recycling bin. So that's before I forget. I say that. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I use to make Don't Worry Little Crab. Here we go. So here's some of this is how I made the characters for Don't Worry Little Crab. This is the little crab, and this is the very big crab. And I made them from cutting out shapes of paper and sticking them down. And when I do that, I do it in black and white, and then I change the color later on the computer. But that's how I make all the shapes. You can see crab there is acting quite scared. So in just a few shapes, you can make it look scared or happy. And then this is some of the textures that were used in the sea, and I had great fun making this out of splashing paint onto big sheets of card. So that's some of the sea textures. And here's some more. This is some of the splashes on the tops of the sea. And what else have I got? Here's some more detailed ones. This is the shrimp. This is little crab with the eyes. And so I practice and I practice and I try and improve each time, and eventually I'm happy with it, and that's how I make the books. Okay, I'm going to see if I have any questions. If anyone has any suggestions for what I should draw, I would love to draw what you suggest. And it's great fun actually if say we're gonna go with an underwater theme. So any sorts of fish or crabs or anything that you can think of that might live under the sea. And then maybe you can also suggest what the thing that you want me to draw is doing. So because that makes it more fun if they're doing something silly or something funny. I hope that's okay. So I'm just going to see if I have any other questions so far. I've got questions that have come in from some of the shops that are hosting this this talk. So I'm going to go through some of them maybe before I start drawing. One of them was becoming an illustrator. How did I become an illustrator for picture books? Well, actually, I'm going to show you I can find it. Some of the artwork I did when I was very young. Hold on a sec. So, do you remember I said my favorite animals were squirrels? This is a squirrel I did when I think I was 6. And I loved drawing, I loved squirrels even back then. And that was one of my early squirrel drawings. So I was very keen on drawing and art even when I was very, very young, your age. And I just kept drawing, and I loved it so much. I was drawing all the time, and that made me better at drawing. And then when I was in school, everyone used to say, "Oh, Chris, draw a dinosaur, draw the teacher," or something like that. So I would always draw, and so I've still continued to draw. So, and this is another picture I did. I did a lot of drawings on computer paper, which was a type of paper you get for free very, very long time ago, with lines in it for computer printouts. My uncle used to get it for free, and I drew so much I needed to have free paper because my parents were I was kept running out of paper. So this is the art studio where I do a lot of the drawings. I've actually moved studio now since then. But, oh. And another question was, what is my influences? What artwork inspires me? And so I'm one of the things actually is I love the very colourful folk art. So you can see behind me here, that's beautiful textile. It's made out of cloth and it's very colourful. And that's made in the Caribbean, in the San Blas Islands. So I have lots of things. This also is, this is from India. I love textiles and very colourful things. So that's one of the things that makes me inspired, makes me have ideas for pictures. So I have lots of them around the house. And I also, I love looking at other author illustrators, especially the classic ones. This is Leo Leone, and he's done some fantastic picture books. They're very, very, very simple, but it's very inspiring for me because you can see how simple it is. The tree here is just made out of cut out pieces of paper. So very colourful, very simple leaves, but it already looks like a tree. And just a simple shape for the moon. So it's very, very simple, but it has a kind of a magical effect, I think. And no matter how much I look at Leo Leone's things, I'm always inspired by it. And another one is Maurice Sendak, which is it's a very, very different illustrator. He's much more detailed, so that you can see all of the shading, all of the leaves individually drawn, but it gives it a really nice atmosphere. So I'm inspired by both of those, even though they're very different. One is very, very simple and very clear, and Maurice Sendak is very, very atmospheric. I'm going to show you two other books that also sort of similar in some ways. So this is The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle, who was friends with Leo Leone. In fact, Leo Leone asked Eric Carle to make books. So those two guys were very, very great picture book makers. And I think just the cover of that is so clear, so simple, and it invites. I just want to make cut out art when I see that. So I hope you're inspired by that too. And the other one, which is very similar in a way to Maurice Sendak, I think. There's lots of shading. There's lots of details, and it's a very big book actually. So there's so much to look at. So this is the story by Beatrice Alemania, and it's the story of a lion who comes to Paris by train without any luggage to see what's going on in Paris, and ends up staying in Paris. So I just love all of the details. Everybody's got different funny expression, and there's it's very atmospheric. So they're some of my inspirations or influences. What else? Somebody else asked, what are the themes? What do I like writing about? Well, all of my books really are about animals. So I guess that's one of the things that I like to write about. Really, what makes me interested is I try to think of a situation that's very difficult or very makes you want to know what's going to happen next. And then I think of an animal that might lend itself to that situation. So say, for example, being lost. Lost is a very difficult thing for a lot of children. A lot of children and adults worry about getting lost, but children especially. So I thought, how can I make an animal or someone get lost in a very dramatic way? So I thought the easiest way to do that would be to have a little baby here at home, asleep 1 minute, and then the next minute falls out of the nest just in one turn of the page, suddenly out of the nest, and bump, 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 and then immediately they're lost. So it's just a way of explaining how to get lost in a very simple visual way. So that's why I chose the owl to tell that story. So each of the stories have a kind of a difficult situation, and each animal explains that visually. I don't know if that makes any sense. So, okay, what else? Oh yeah, the idea for the crab. I actually came up with the crab idea. I was on the beach in Mexico, and in Mexico, on the west coast, there's very, very, very big waves. And I was looking at these crabs that were on the rock, and huge waves, as big as nearly as big as a house, were coming onto this rock, and I couldn't believe the crabs were able to hold on as the wave went over, and so I would watch them, and the wave was coming, and when they hear the wave coming, they'd all hunker down like this, and then the wave hits, and you can see them like that, and then it clears, and then you can see them sort of picking themselves back up and going out and eating more seaweed. So I thought, and some of them had different personalities. So, some you could see were a lot braver than the other ones. So I thought that was a fun thing, and I spent all afternoon watching them actually. Okay, so I'm gonna. Do we have any suggestions? Hello from North Wales. Hello from London. Issy would like to see a dolphin playing. Very good idea. And a dolphin chasing Alma would like to see a dolphin chasing a shrimp. Maybe I can do two dolphins, chasing a shrimp and the other one playing. Does that sound good? Um, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna. If you have any questions, by the way, just uh, type me a comment here. I'm just gonna. Is there anything else? Uh, yeah, it took me 2 years to write the crab story. So all of my books have taken 2 years because it takes a long time. It takes about a year to write, and it takes another year to illustrate. Um, okay, maybe I'll get cracking on this dolphin uh, thing. So maybe I'll do dolphin chasing a shrimp. Oh, I'm coming. There's messages coming from from different places. Okay, and somebody says draw an octopus. Okay, so well maybe I'll do it like. Can you see? Okay, like that. I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna do it like this. Um, oops. So I hope you can see. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. Maybe. There's the dolphin's head and their beak, their mouth. There's the dolphin. And maybe I'll do a little shrimp. I don't think I have enough space now to do two dolphins. So let's see. My little shrimp in it's not very easy to okay, has two little eyes like this. And then how's that? A little shrimp. Maybe the dolphin is jumping out of the water. How about that? So they're jumping out of the water after a shrimp. So, and somebody says, "Can I draw an octopus?" So let's see. There we are. So, who there likes drawing? Have you been doing a lot of drawing during the lockdown? I thought when the lockdown happened, it's very bad in lots of ways, but it's actually great for children to take the opportunity to do more drawing and spend more time on their own. Because that's what I used to love to do when I was a young child. And I actually made some activities and worksheets that I thought might be fun for children to do, and I did a whole series of readings and things like that on my Facebook page, and you can go to my Facebook page, and all of the Facebook videos that I posted on my website, chrishaughton.com, and you can see all those, and I can show you. See if I've got the. I've done loads of worksheets. So, for example, this is one of them, and this is from the book Shh, We Have a Plan. There's lots of birds in it. And so this is how I made my birds, with these colorful shapes. And so you can print this out from my website and cut out the shapes and stick them down with some Pritt stick or whatever, glue stick, and make your own funny birds. Or if you don't have a printer, you can just cut out shapes, round shapes, triangular shapes, eyes and beak shapes, and stick them down and make your own birds, which is more fun if you have your own shapes. And you can even just use coloured card that you get from magazines or anything that you find in your recycling bin, backs of cereal boxes or whatever. Find some colourful bits on that. So that's one thing. And then another thing is I can make a little owl, sort of pop-up owl. So there's more details on my website, but anyway, you just cut out those shapes, stick it together, and you've got your own little moving owl. So there you go. So I'm going to do an octopus. Any suggestions for what the octopus could be doing? Maybe I'll just do an octopus doing a dance or something like that. Let's see. So I'm going to do 2 eyes. Like that. And I'm going to do, octopuses have a very big, their body is kind of up here like this. And of course have eight legs. So 1, 2, oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll do one behind. 8. There we go. And then we can do the little suckers on their tentacles. There we go. Is that a fun octopus? Looks like is that 8? Yeah, looks more than 8. 8 legs. Okay. Any other suggestions? I did get other suggestions sent in to me before, but they looked very, very difficult. I think people, um, a lot of them I had to Google, so I'm gonna try and avoid doing them. I'm gonna answer some more questions that were sent to me. Oh yeah, the Indie Book Award. So, Don't Worry Little Crab, I'm very grateful, has been nominated for as an indie book, the Indie Picture Book Award. So I love independent bookstores. There's 2 very close to me where I live, and I always go in for inspiration, and they always have a fantastic selection, and it's such an honor to that Don't Worry Little Crab has been nominated for this. So thank you, and thank you for inviting me on here. So yeah, that's all happening at the moment this week, I think. And yeah, I feel very great. The independent stores are always my favorite, because they've always got such great selections and very interesting selections, and interesting people who run them. And what else? Oh yeah, if I wasn't illustrating picture books, what other illustration would I do? Well, I'm actually working on non-fiction books at the moment, and I used to work uh, making illustrations for magazines and newspapers. So it's more that type of thing. It's more for adults, and not really for adults, but for older children. And also, I hope adults can enjoy the the books I'll be making, the upcoming ones. So I'll be excited to show you them in a little while when I'm finished that. Alma loved her dolphin. Thank you, Alma. Good suggestion. Ada would like to see an anteater eating an ant. Okay, I could do an anteater. I've been looking a lot at pangolins lately. They're one of my favorite animals, and they're very endangered, unfortunately. And they also eat ants with a very, very long, sticky tongue. And I did an illustration for a gallery in Ireland about the 10 most the 10 most endangered animals, and one of them I did was a pangolin. But there was lots of animals, sadly, orangutans and pangolins, and what else? Gorillas as well, all very endangered. So I'm going to do an anteater. Has a very long snout, and I'll have to, from memory, I'm going to try. Okay, I'll do my best here. Okay, so let's see. Is that it? Kind of looks like. Is that sort of looks like an anteater? Um, Usually, when I'm drawing things, I would uh, Google them and or look up some pictures and see if I'm getting it right. But it would be too awkward to do that now, so I'm just doing it from what I remember anteaters to look like. So I can't really remember. Um, Here we are. One tail like that. And then they have a very long tongue. Is the anteater doing okay? It's all right. I'll do some. Pangolins are very, very cute. Have a look up. There's some lovely videos of them on the internet, and they also eat ants, and they run on two legs. They have these very long claws, and they sit up like that, and they run along on two legs, and it's very, very cute. So have a look up if you have time. And there's an anteater eating an ant. There we go. Is that okay? Who asked for that? Ada. I hope that's okay, Ada. I hope you like it. What else? Samarth would like to see a pufferfish that's all puffed up, please. Okay. Good idea, Samarth. Okay, let's see. Usually pufferfish get all puffed up when something frightening comes along. They try to make themselves look bigger than they actually are, so they'll frighten the frightening thing away. So they'd be a good animal to do a book about, I think. A pufferfish. Maybe if I do a good drawing, I could do a book about pufferfish. Also, usually I would, I'm going to do kind of wonky, they have kind of wonky eyes, pufferfish. Uh, and then, let's see. There we go. I don't know if they have sort of ventral and dorsal fins like that. They have, a lot of them have very sharp spines as well. I think they do that so that it makes it very difficult for them to be bitten or to be swallowed. There we are. Does that look like a puffer fish? Is that okay? I hope that's okay, Samarth. Do we have any other suggestions? I think maybe I'll take one more. I'm gonna see, and then we'll call it a day. I hope that's been okay. What else? Yeah, somebody else asked me before. I got sent a list of other questions about the repetition in the books. And it was a good question. And yeah, in all of my books, I have a kind of a repetition in it. And I kind of think of them a little bit like songs. And in songs, they have, there's often a chorus, and it just repeats, and it's kind of fun to join in with. So I think for very young children, it's a nice thing to kind of have a repetitive thing that the same thing will happen again and again. So in Little Crab, there's the big waves coming. So I like doing this, and one of the reasons that I wanted to do this particular story was the waves are a bit like the pages that are turning. So when you do the page turn, you go, there's a big wave coming, here it comes. Whoosh. So it's kind of like a fun theatrical device, turning the page and doing a big splash. So I thought that was a fun thing. In some of the other books, like for example, this one is called We Have a Plan, and it's about a plan that goes wrong. And it's a little bit inspired by, I don't know if you remember Roadrunner, a cartoon. So these characters are here and they're trying to catch this bird. So they're hiding behind the trees. So on this page, it says ready 1, ready 2, ready 3. And then again, you turn the page and it goes, go. So this happens again and again and again. And so you can kind of join in with it. Ready 1, ready 2, ready 3, go. And I thought that's a fun thing to do when you're reading, is sort of join in and maybe do some actions and, doing the shh. So I like this sort of repetitive thing, and I think it's very fun. I love reading these books out to classes and to when I'm in bookshops and things like that, to a whole group of children. And it's the repetitive things that are the most fun. So there you go. Ada loves the ant. Thank you, Ada. And great. Samarth likes that. So I think we're going to call it a day, actually. I hope that's been fun for you guys. And yeah, tomorrow, do take a look at the Little Angel Theatre uh, YouTube channel. I'll be posting it on my Facebook page. So it really is fantastic. They've done an amazing job with this, and it's about a 5 minute theatre thing. So maybe you can all pretend like my nieces uh, uh, pretended they were going to the theatre, and they set up the living room like a theatre and watched it. And actually, I want to show you. This is from my niece Jojo. Drew this portrait of me and Daishu with our fox. We have a fox in the garden. So anyway, there you go. So I hope to see you again soon, and thank you very much for joining us. And see you next time. Okay. Bye bye.